Same name, wrong bag. Chapter 3. The kind of morning where nothing hurts. Ryan lay diagonally across the bed, the blanket barely covering his legs, one foot slipping free, like it had found its own escape. His robe had fallen open at the collar. The curtain moved like breath, slow and constant, casting gentle waves of shadow across his bare shoulder. Outside, birds had begun their layered song, not loud, but persistent. Inside, the sound blended with the hush of the breeze and the rhythm of Ryan's deep, even breath. There was something quiet in his stillness, not asleep, not fully awake, just resting in the moment. In the villa's small bathroom, Ray stood beneath the shower. The water poured steadily across his back, trailing over the curves of his shoulders. He tilted his face into the spray, eyes closed. When he opened them again, the morning light had begun to soften. He smiled faintly to himself, like a thought had just landed, and he didn't mind where it came from. A few minutes later, Ray stepped back into the bathroom, towel wrapped low at his waist. His hair was wet, curling slightly at the ends. Without a word, he picked up a pillow and tossed it toward the bed. The pillow landed with a soft thump on Ryan's stomach. Ryan stirred with a small gasp, his eyes opening as his body tensed, then relaxed as he exhaled a surprised laugh. He pulled his arm over his face, half shielding his expression. Get ready, Ray said, a teasing smirk in his voice. We've got plans. The bathroom mirror fogged gently as both of them stood side by side. Ryan brushed his teeth with slight urgency, not rushed, but not lingering either. Ray stood beside him, shaving with practiced ease. They bumped elbows once. Neither said sorry, neither moved. Ray looked over, not directly, just a glance that lingered a half second longer than needed. If I kiss you now, Ray said, voice quiet but deliberate, would you taste like mint? Ryan froze mid-motion, toothbrush still in his mouth. His eyes flicked to Ray in the mirror. Trying not to react, he failed. A flush of surprise crossed his face. Ray kept shaving, expression unreadable. Moments later, Ryan walked out with a towel thrown over his shoulder. 2 toothbrushes, 1 cup. The wind along the coastal road pressed their shirts to their backs. Ray steered the motorbike with an ease confidence, helmet snug, posture loose. Ryan sat behind him, arms wrapped lightly around. Not tight, just enough to say I'm here. At one point, he leaned forward slightly, resting his chin just behind Ray's shoulder. The contact was brief, but it meant something. A touch of trust, a wordless ease. They pulled up near the temple, Uluwatu, carved from stone and legend, rising like a crown above the cliffs. The motorbike slowed to a gentle halt near the lower steps. The air here was sharper, saltier, filled with steady rhythm of waves crashing far below. Unlike the lush inland temples, Uluwatu stood alone, not just a structure, but a sentinel of the sea. The path leading upward twisted slightly, narrow and uneven, its stones warmed by the day, and worn smooth by centuries of bare feet. The temple wasn't built for visitors, not really. It had been shaped for the wind and the gods, stretched out over the cliff's edge as if reaching toward some ancient answer in the horizon. Beneath them, the ocean struck against the stone wall of the cliff in slow, echoing bursts. Not violent, just relentless. It gave the illusion that the entire temple floated between sky and sea. Ray walked ahead, the camera strap slung across his chest. Ryan followed, slightly behind, his pace slower. Not because he was tired, but because everything felt heavier here, older and more real. The silence between them wasn't awkward. It wasn't reverent. Ryan stopped briefly, watching it disappear. Ray turned his head slightly, catching Ryan's expression. Curious, present. Favorite food? Go, Ray said. Ryan blinked. That's what you want to know first? Ray smiled. Important stuff. Ryan's answer didn't come right away, but his smile lingered. Something was shifting, not in what they said, but in how easily they could say it. They reached the offering tray, woven palm leaves, and the cone of rice resting quietly atop a stone ledge. A few sticks of incense sent thin smoke. Ryan slowed. He bent forward slightly, studying the way the smoke lifted, not as an observer, but as someone trying to understand a language he didn't speak. His phone vibrated in his pocket. He pulled it out and saw Minja's name on the screen. A message. I really need you, Ryan. I'm so sorry. Ryan didn't respond. He stared at the screen a little longer than necessary. Then he turned it off and slipped the phone back into his pocket. Ray's voice called back casually, not aware of any interruption. Gonna hit the toilet. Be right back. Ryan nodded, and then silence again. Until someone else stepped into the frame. An older man, barefoot and dressed in plain saffron robes, approached without a sound. A monk, face calm, movement slow. He sat beside Ryan without asking, folding his legs, placing his hands in his lap. They didn't speak, not at first. Together, they watched the horizon, the sky softening towards gold, the ocean stretching out like a mirror too big to fill. Then the monk spoke. His voice was low, aged, resonant. You can measure the sea's depth, but who truly knows the heart? Ryan stayed still. You carry something quiet, the monk continued. Let it speak when the wind is soft, not when it shouts. The monk placed one hand gently on Ryan's shoulder. It wasn't a gesture of blessing or farewell. It was simply presence. And then, just as quietly, he stood and walked away. Ryan stayed seated, his phone still untouched. The ocean kept moving below them, like something waiting for a response. Ray walked slowly back toward the overlook, wiping his hands with a towel. Brian stood at the railing, eyes on the ocean. He didn't turn. Ray stepped beside him, not crowding, just arriving. You look like you just solved the mysteries of the universe, he said. Ryan let out a quiet laugh. Still figuring some things out. They stood in silence for a moment, the wind brushing past them, rustling the leaves, tugging at their clothes. The sea below crashed steady, relentless and soft. Ryan spoke again, voice lower now. It's not about you, it's me, trying to listen to the right voice inside. You don't have to tell me everything. Their hands rested on the same stone railing, close, not touching. You're already doing better than most, He paused. "You're still here." And that was enough. Not an answer, not a solution, just presence. Waves exploded against the cliffs and burst below, like the island itself breathing. For a long time, neither spoke. The wind flattened the quiet. Ray leaned forward, eyes fixed on the horizon. His voice, when it came, was barely louder than the sea. "What makes you stay?" Ryan didn't move right away. His eyes followed a ribbon of fading light across the ocean's surface. "My flight's tomorrow," he said finally, not regretfully, just plainly, like a fact he already tried to make peace with. Ray didn't respond. He just stayed beside him. "Still got time." Ryan turned his head, meeting his eyes for a moment, not surprised, just open. And for a second, the wind slowed. Not everything lost, but this quiet choosing was theirs, and they both felt it. That night, everything was quieter. Outside the villa, Ray sat on his scooter, helmet resting in his lap. Ryan stood just inside the gate, arms folded loosely across his chest. "Can I see you tomorrow morning?" Ray asked. Ryan hesitated, shifted his weight. "I should pack," he said. "I need to get things together," he added, more softly. "And I should do it myself." Ray didn't argue, just nodded. Ryan turned to go. "Can I get a hug?" Ray asked, voice quieter now. Ryan turned back and gave a hug. "Good night," Ray said. The gate swung shut gently behind him. A single pedal drifted past his handlebars. The scooter engine never started. He sat there longer than he needed to. Just not ready to leave. Inside, Ryan packed in silence. The suitcase lay half open. His phone glowed. A text from Minjae. "You're coming tomorrow, right?" Then dimmed. No reply. Across the compound, Ray stood near the window, the phone in his palm. He typed, "Feels weird without you tonight." Ryan saw it on his phone beside the sink. He didn't answer. He placed the phone face down. There was only one toothbrush in the cup now. Neither of them moved. Neither of them reached. And in that shared, quiet distance, they were still connected. Not a goodbye, not a fight. Just the ache of something they didn't know how to hold, but couldn't let go of it either.